Healing is not just about fixing what's broken, but nurturing what's possible. Today, we are joined by Purva, a master in holistic sound therapy, yoga, and Reiki. With deep roots in India's ancient traditions, Purva has transformed lives globally, including those at top brands. Let's dive into her profound wisdom on conscious living and healing. Welcome, Purva. Thank you for joining us on the show.
Thank you so much for having me. Namaste, Sneha.
Namaste. So, I met you in one of your sessions where we did the immersive yoga meditation.
Yes.
And that's when I think I spoke to you and I said, listen, I need to do something in my life. And my husband was there and he was like, yeah, I have been forcing her to do something, but she's not been taking the step.
Right, I remember absolutely.
Yeah. And you know what? That was the day I actually took this decision to start off on this journey.
Wow. So there was something that aligned that night for sure for you.
Absolutely. I think it was just so magical. We had that 360 immersive meditation. I think everybody should definitely try that in their lifetime because it's a different atmosphere altogether. I mean, yeah, enough of my stories. Let's dig straight into your story and what made you get into this spiritual field and what was your calling?
All right. So first of all, heartiest congratulations to you for this journey. And you were quick at it and you listened to your calling. So really appreciate it. And I'm part of your journey. So
Absolutely.
It's an honor as well.
Thank you.
And thank you for having me here. So how it all started is actually I didn't have to find yoga at all. Yoga found me, in fact, many years back when I lost my father.
Mm-hmm.
There were lots of, unspoken emotions between us, and yoga helped me to process all that. In fact, when he passed away, I was very angry with him, and I didn't know how to deal with it. In a way, I didn't want to deal with it because I'm the only child, and I wanted to, be strong for my mother and be that pillar for her. So I just let it be. But when yoga happened to me, everything changed, Sneha. I started connecting with him in such a deeper space, on a very deep level. And in my meditation now, I find him there all the time, and he's like the sky sheltering me. Like my mom says, yoga is a gift from him to me.
Wow, that's amazing. Actually, it's basically I'm speechless when we talk about certain loved ones and then how they inspire us to kind of get on a different journey altogether. I think it's very, very inspiring. So, the one of the things that while we spoke before the show was something very special that you do is womb yoga.
Yes, that's true actually. Womb yoga actually cannot be seen in isolation because there's a larger canvas to it. So when I create holistic women sacred circles, that's where I incorporate womb yoga because that helps, me to sort of present holistic healing from a women point of view.
Right.
So where you can connect with your feminine Shakti, which is the power, the innate power within you, your own inner wisdom as a woman, because we women, we self-sabotage.
Right.
We always are usually at the last in our priority list or not there at all.
Absolutely.
So this is the time for them to feel nurtured through womb yoga. In womb yoga, I have asanas, poses, I have breathing, meditation. A lot of journaling goes on there, where there are prompts, and that'll help women to, connect with themselves in a very new light and rediscover themselves. Because as women, we go through a lot.
Yes.
And our hormonal imbalances don't make it easy for us either.
Absolutely.
At any age, in fact, from puberty
Yeah.
onwards, when you're pregnant, even when you're in menopause or post-menopause, we all need that nurturing. So
It's a cycle.
that's where I create the space for our sisterhood. And more than this, it's about you coming out of your shell and knowing that you're not alone. There's so many of us out there facing these issues, and we keep brushing under the carpet, just popping a pill and going out there and, getting up.
Yes.
So we are hard on ourselves that way.
I think earlier, the whole conversation around periods was such a taboo.
Yeah.
But now I'm glad that now it's become much more open. Like we can talk to our friends, our brother, our husbands, our fathers.
You're
We can
right.
talk to everybody now. But I'm going to touch upon a very sensitive topic because since you said womb,
Yeah.
miscarriages.
Right.
Which women go through a lot. In my friend circle, I've spoken to a lot of friends, but
Right.
they never speak about it. It's such a common thing. Like, even when you speak to a doctor,
Yeah.
they say it's such a common thing, but we don't speak about it openly. We only tell people when we're pregnant, right? The
Yeah.
happy news.
Yes.
But what goes through it or what you faced for that, I think we don't talk about it. So let's touch upon this because I think a lot of women who are going to listen to us are going to really be calmer and peaceful when they listen to us as to how they can overcome this trauma and how they can just build their life in a much more healthier way.
Yes, so Sneha, I 100% hear you, on this. And I get clients, I have students who are actually coming up with such problems we cannot even describe in words, and miscarriage is a huge one there.
Right.
I had one student like this who came up to me and said this is what she went through, but she was brave enough to step out, and she came for one of my healing sessions in a group. And really, I must say that others just was so inspired by her story. So that is the intention, your sisterhood. You're
Yes.
coming together and, uplifting each other. And that's why it's so important that you come out and experience these holistic wellness, routines which are there for you. So you must lap it up, and we must, learn now to take the onus on ourselves. If we don't, who else you think will?
Yeah, because like this is such a delicate topic. Even periods, like these two things for us as women, we talk to only close people, like
Yeah.
close friends
Yeah.
or very like parents or stuff. But then when we actually speak in the open, we will be like, okay, 3 out of 4 or 3 out of 5 females would have gone through this.
True.
So how do you kind of help them to overcome it? Because it's done. Now you can't change it, right? That's
Yeah.
something, it's not very easy to, again, face that loss as well. But then how can you overcome it? Like people who are listening to us, I want them to get a little bit of insights from us that how can they overcome it. Of course, we're not going to give any medical advice, but just to holistically how we can do it in our daily routine.
It's about bringing trust in yourself, knowing that it's your story, and only you can heal yourself.
Right.
No one else from externalized world can hear you out like you can, and that is why it's from woman to woman. And what your story is, if you can come up with it, if you can step out of your shell somewhere, even a small step matters, then it's not only about you, it's about all of us.
Right.
So it's like, it's like a universal consciousness coming together. So definitely take the first step, know that you can heal yourself, bring that inner trust and confidence of clearing your own spaces within you. If there are scars, of course, the scars can be healed. It's not that they cannot be healed.
Right.
But knowing that you have scars, first of all, knowing that you've gone through this
yeah.
and not just letting life pass you by. That is the most important part, I feel.
So in this, you mentioned about the circle that you do, women's circle, right? So what happens in such sessions? What can we expect? So if someone is going through it, how can they help themselves overcome that trauma by kind of gathering with women of probably similar situation who have faced a similar situation?
Yes.
Or something else. So trauma can be in any form, right?
Any form, exactly. So it's about setting your intentions, first of all. When you come together, you look at each other and you know that already you're not alone in this.
Right.
So it's about setting your intentions, then moving on to poses that will help you to balance your innate women Shakti, the feminine power that is within you. Create a trust in that, create a balance from within, using breath work to help you to open up yourself that way. So first of all, it's about knowing what's going on. And then, like, people after the session, they come back and tell me, we feel so confident about ourselves.
Right.
and just a sudden like a flush of release that we felt through the session. So we do some strong breathing, followed by guided meditation and a whole lot of relaxation. We all need to reboot our nervous system. So it's not a one day thing. It's like coming to a couple of sessions to enjoy the release, you know.
Right.
So after deep relaxation could be guided nidra. Like for example, yoga nidra is very, very powerful. So I use a lot of that. I sometimes add a Reiki as well. So Reiki helps to heal, you know, using the power of the hands as a conduit of energy. I will pass that universal release to you. So wherever your energy is blocked or you're feeling like, stuck, it'll help you to open up those channels of your internal innate power. So enhancing, harnessing who you are from that point of view. And that makes it a very beautiful holistic experience.
I think this is what happened to me probably with the first session itself. But, I had this idea of starting this podcast for the last probably 4 months.
Yeah.
But there was a fear. I'm pretty confident about myself as a person, but sometimes I am very insecure as well. I can go to the extremes that, I don't look good. I am so fat, or, without any reason, like I can just start being critical on myself. So when I was thinking of starting the podcast, I was like, okay, what will people say?
Yeah.
Will they judge me? How am I going to talk? There's so many insecurities in me.
Of course.
And I think you might have experienced, most of the women have this
the inhibitions are there to step up, to first overcome these fears. So fears can be healthy, of course, but it's about how we perceive it and how we let it not get the best of us.
So I think that's where I just took a leap of faith that
Yes.
no matter what, it's fine. I can't make everyone happy, right? Like there will be 50% of people who will like me, 50% who will hate me for what I'm doing. But end of the day, it was a self-satisfaction for me that yes, this thing will satisfy my inner, I don't know, what do you call it? Inner heart, inner peace.
Yes, of course. It'll bring you to a beautiful inner connection. And things are your own extension. When you're doing this podcast, it's your extension.
Yes.
When I teach yoga, when I teach sound healing or Reiki, it's my extension. When I'm writing a book, it's my extension. So it's how I connect with people. And it's like I'm weaving that thread.
Right.
A thread of love, of gratitude.
So just before I let you go, I want you to talk about the book that you're writing, because before our show, when we connected, you said you're writing a book.
Yes. So this book is about my offering to my students, people who I love in life and beyond. I want this book to reach each and every individual. It's for everybody. And just like yoga, in yoga we say Vasudevaya Kutumbakam. So the universal consciousness is actually sheltering us, and we all are under that umbrella. So this book has poetry, it has nuances, anecdotes, it has my life's small pleasures, which are from day to day, in fact. So I pick up happiness, pick up sadness, and create this kind of, like a nurturing thread and a nurturing, like a necklace for everybody to know that they can sort of uncomplicate their lives, because life is, pursuit of more and more in today's time. And this book is about conscious embrace of less clutter, less noise, less drama.
I'm looking forward to read it, and it'll be an amazing journey, I guess. And thank you so much for supporting me on this journey, and we will see you soon.
It's my pleasure, Sneha, to be here on your lovely show. So namaste from me to you, and God bless.
Thank you so much.